Welcome to today's Science Short. I'm Eathan, an engineering intern here at One Energy. While we might be called One Energy, energy can actually exist in many different forms. Let's do a quick recap of what energy is. Energy is the ability to affect change or motion within our universe. If you want a little bit more detail, you can check out Jessica's previous Science Short on energy versus power. A key piece of information to understanding energy is the First Law of Thermodynamics. This law states that energy is constant. It cannot be created or destroyed. That means there's a set amount of energy in our universe, and that amount cannot be adjusted. But here's where the really cool stuff comes in. Within that total amount, what we can do is change the types of energy within our universe. One type can transform into another type, all while still obeying the first law of thermodynamics. All energy can be put into two broader groups, kinetic and potential energy. Potential energy is a stored energy within an object due to its position or state. Kinetic energy is the energy of a moving object. Let's use this apple and some gravity for a quick example of each. Gravity is a type of potential energy. If I hold this apple just a few inches above the table, it only has a short distance to fall. So the potential energy of the apple is pretty small. It has low gravitational potential energy. But if I move the apple to be above my head, the same apple has a higher gravitational potential energy because it can fall a further distance before it reaches the table. No matter what position I put the apple in, it has potential energy because it's staying still and all of its energy is stored within. The gravitational potential energy of an object can be shown by this equation here, where Pe is the potential energy, m is the mass of the object, g is the gravitational acceleration constant, and h is the height above a surface. So from this equation, we can see that the potential energy is directly related to the height above a surface. The higher the height, the bigger the potential energy. Now, I can convert potential energy into kinetic energy just by letting go of this apple and having gravity do its thing. As the apple falls, the gravitational potential energy decreases. At the same time, the kinetic energy of the apple is starting to increase because the apple is moving. The greater the speed of the apple, the higher its kinetic energy. Just how potential energy has a relationship, kinetic energy has one too, as shown by this equation, where Ke is the kinetic energy, m is the mass of the object again, and v is the velocity or speed of the object. From this relationship, we can see that the kinetic energy is directly related to the square of the velocity. The faster an object is moving, the bigger the kinetic energy. Since I've got a lower potential energy, I'll only transfer a little bit of gravitational potential energy into kinetic energy as the apple is falling, because remember, the apple's height, which is directly related to potential energy, is low. See, not that much damage to this apple. But if I've got a higher gravitational potential energy, and I drop the apple, there's more potential energy to transfer into kinetic energy, or that moving energy. And a higher kinetic energy is going to be a bigger impact on the apple. That's it for today's Science Shorts. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remember, challenge everything.